Hi. Um, I did the video challenge number 11 with my granddaughter and laughed my butt off. It was fun. And I've been having technical issues and some different things. I wanted to do a budget spreadsheet on life skill because I feel that we all should have some sort of budget. It helps us keep track of our money and know how things are going and different things like that. But things kept happening, technical issue, or I couldn't figure out how to get it on the screen, or my computer died, no internet, just different things. And it was just really, I'm watching Gary and Crystal's, I don't know what to call it, just a share tonight. And it came across me that I needed to do something different. Just a feeling, I don't know why, but about coping. Coping with grief, even happiness, depression, any of those things. A lot of you have been hearing a lot of my story, and coping is different for everybody. There's different kinds of coping mechanisms and stuff. And when I was going through my abuse, a lot of my coping skills, because our body and our mind takes care of things like that. And so there's a lot I don't remember, which is probably a good thing. I even, one of the counselors I seen, I wanted to be hypnotized. I wanted to remember. I want to know what happened, everything that happened to me. And, because I get bits and pieces and stuff, and I can only remember bad things, and I couldn't remember good things. And she said that I might never remember because our bodies have their own coping mechanism. But one of the things she did help me with, because what I used to do back then when I was younger is zone out. And that's what we called it, but it was actually like somebody would start saying something or they'd say a word and it would trigger me. And it's like I was not there at all. And that can be very unsafe for someone because the way I zoned out, it's like I wasn't aware of my surroundings. I wasn't aware of what was going on. I know a lot of people, they say zone out to the TV and stuff like that. And, I still kind of do that. But if I didn't want to hear certain things that were going on or the trigger word or whatever triggers, I still have some of those come up. It's kind of like I went into this, I don't know, zone. You could call it my safety zone, which was just in, like the back of my mind or something. I don't know how to explain it. It's been so long ago. And the counselor at the time, she had told me that she would help me. She did. And now I have a problem zoning people out. I cannot do it. And sometimes I'd really like to zone people out. I'm sorry. Kind of got a runny nose. But I've kind of been thinking about it, and I think that's why it's impressed on me about the coping skills, is lost my mom. Well, I've lost both my moms. I was raised in a foster home for a while, and that gets into whole other issues of me and my bipolar PTSD and all the bullcrap I've been diagnosed with. And you know what? Just because you're diagnosed with something doesn't mean you have to let it rule your life. I did for so long, and I don't anymore. Well, I take that back. It does sometimes, but I try not to let it. I try to have a more positive outlook today instead of poor me and pity pot and all that bullcrap that I've done for so many years. But coping. One of the hardest ones for me, because of the type of lifestyle, and not just me, but anybody that's lost anybody, and it gets on the holidays, and it can be a year, it can be 20 years, it can be 50 years down the road, and you miss them. I miss my foster mom. I miss my birth mom. I miss my foster dad. Now, I don't miss any of the other dads for reasons I won't get into. They're where they belong, underground. Yeah, they're all underground. But anyway, so I just really got missing my mom after I did the thing with Tercy, because, oh, I'm gonna cry. Her and my foster mom, because it brought back me and her laughing and doing things and stuff. It brought back when us kids were younger, and I go visit my mom. And my mom used to do Tricam and Artex, and paint pictures. And we'd try and stay up all night. And we didn't really do the makeup thing, but it brought back all those memories of laughing and just having fun. And even with my foster sister and us doing things. And I can visualize good things now, and they keep coming back more and more. And me and her being outside, that's where I was raised on with the foster family. I'm sorry. I got tears rolling down my eyes. We were on the farm and the ranch, and we'd be, out taking care of the animals and feeding them and doing our chores or whatever it may be. But we always had some fun times too. And so I kind of visualize that. I remember we wanted to grow a money tree. And so I think we planted pennies or something in our sandbox. I can't remember now. But it was a coping skill that I kind of lost because I black a lot of that out. And so when me and Tercy were doing that tonight, and I started having some feelings in regards to this, I'm like, okay, so I've been coping with this and, saying, okay, it was Mom's time. Mom Ruth, Mom Margaret. I call them both Mom. I was raised for 14 years in the foster home, and then I went to live with my real mom. So, real birth mom. But loved them both. And the memories, I was just sitting here listening to Gary and them, and her, talking to the kids and stuff. And then just all this stuff started flooding. And I'm like, oh my gosh, coping. I've been blessed with so many, how would I say this? Not good things, but good things. Because I've learned or been given the heart of somebody that can be grateful and not resentful, not hateful, because of the things done to me by men and stuff. You'd think I'd hate men and just despise them and think they were the scourge of the earth. But they're not. Just because what one person or two or three or whatever did, or the relationships I've been through, doesn't mean that every single man on earth is that way, or every single woman, or anything. And I feel that that's a gift that's been given to me. Whether it's coping skill, I think that comes as a part of it. It may not be the right word, but I just feel if we're more grateful, and even through the bad things, and we see the good, can see the other side of it, and we might not see that in the beginning. It's taken me years, and I mean years, over 20 years, 30, might even have been over 40 years, to get where I am today. And I would just love to help one person not have to go through that many years of pain and agony and just a roller coaster of ups and downs, and just be grateful for the small things. There are so many gifts given to us in this world, and we take so many for granted. And I am watching some of these people on here, and I'm sorry I've went over, it's about 9 minutes now, but with cancer, the young lady with cancer, I can't even think of names. I'm not real good at remembering that stuff. The one of you that has the sensory perception, bad thing, with colors and numbers and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, had an alarm come up. My brother-in-law has cancer. His son died from cancer at the age of, I don't know, 25. My foster brother died from MS or MD. I always get confused which one's which. Uh, my niece had ovarian cancer here just last year. They got her, did the hysterectomy, got it all cleared up, did the chemo, and they said, well, let's just do a colonoscopy. They always do it afterwards, I guess, and ended up with colon cancer. And so now she's doing chemo for that. And I don't know. I don't know how their coping skills work and stuff. For me, on the things I have, diabetes, fibro, some other health issues that I don't even get into. Those are just kind of at the top. The abuse, just all that kind of stuff. The miscarriages. Doesn't mean I need to be a Debbie Downer or somebody that's down on themselves, which I've been there. And I look like I'm looking to the side. My granddaughter asked me what I was looking at, and it's because I have this sideways and I'm not used to it, like flips it. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to say, for me personally, I'm not journaling now, but journaling helps because I learned that if things sit in my head and I don't talk about them or I don't write about them, that they sit in my head and they get worse, and that's when my depression happens the most. And I don't just get depressed. When I start going down because of the chemical imbalance or whatever, and I wasn't taking antidepressants for a while. I'm taking like a mild one now. But I started spiraling down, and I think about suicide. My thought patterns, and I've been so good because I control everything with positive affirmations, positive thought behavior, and it wasn't working anymore. And so I talked to the doctor, and they said because I'm in the change of life, my hormones are all messed up, and so it plays a little more on that. And so just positive thought was not working for me, but it did for years. Oh, I loved it because when I lost my insurance, lost my remote office job. They closed it down. Didn't get a job right away, so didn't have insurance for the medications. It's one of them I quit doing along with a bunch of others and did different things. And so I did the positive affirmations and all kinds of things for to stay out of my depression. And so having to go back on antidepressant is hard. But a necessity. I don't care to kill myself. And I don't like it when my brain went there. It scared the crap out of me. I don't want to go there again. And so that told me that my body was telling me, okay, you cannot cope with this. You need some sort of help. So that's what I did. So anyway, I'm over 13 minutes, and I probably blabbered on and on. I know I talk too much on my videos. Even I was listening to one, and I told my granddaughter, boy, I just get way off of track, which I did here. I need to start making bullet points so I can look at them to keep me on track. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do for my life skill, is just kind of share, when you're having, and I'm not going to point fingers or anything, but if you are having, and I only say this because I have, depression, grief, thinking about family members, thinking about, oh, I'm done with it, fuck it all, those kind of moods, and you just want to give up, take a deep breath, take a walk if you can, clear your mind, and think positive things. Picture, even if you go lay on your bed and picture good things in your mind of tangible, happy things that you can remember. And like meditation, positive meditation music, positive motivation videos. Tony Robbins is great, by the way. I've been listening to him for, I don't know, about 2.5 weeks now, every morning. I would suggest every single morning turning a motivation on. YouTube has tons of them. Go to the search thing in Google or YouTube, say positive motivation, and you will be surprised what you will find, even books. So now that we're at 15 minutes and I've babbled on, coping, I guess, is going to be my number 10 because something was just keeping me from the budget thing, saying that's got to be at a later date and you need to share about coping and some of your life experience to get there. So if this helped you, let me know. If you have questions a little more where I can focus, let me know. Because I don't know. I'm kind of all out there today. Have a good evening. Talk to you later.